What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I will be reviewing a beer from the Xül Beer Company, and they are out of Knoxville, Tennessee, and this is their A.D.I.D.A.S, aka All Day I Dream About Simcoe. So they're calling this one a double IPA that is featuring Simcoe hops. It comes in at 8.2% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is just over 6 weeks old. I want to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to a very good friend of mine and a fellow beer tuber, Tyler over at South 10 Beer Reviews, for hooking me up with this one. So big thanks to him. In the description box, I'll post a link to Tyler's channel along with a beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies he sent my way. And great guy, great channel. Go over there. He deserves way more subs, and he gets his hands on some fantastic beer, including beer from Xül. Now, I've never heard about Xül before watching Tyler's channel. He has reviewed a handful of Xül beers, and he really digs what they do. And when I saw this beer and the name and the logo and everything, I was like, sign me up. Head to toe in Adidas gear. But I believe this beer is referencing the Korn song Adidas, which stands for All Day I Dream About Sex, but that's not this beer. That's not this beer. So they are brewing this one with Simcoe and a little bit of Citra, and then they're dry hopping this one with Citra, Simcoe Cryo. And yeah, it's all about Simcoe apparently. So I'm here for it. Hopefully the first impression from Xül is a good one. So let's crack this one open, get it into the glass, and we'll go from there. Now I'm really excited about this one. Simcoe beers, I enjoy Simcoe forward beers. I really do. Way more than I used to back in the day. So I'm really excited about this one. I want to see what it kind of has to offer here. All right, should be good enough to get the good old schnoz in there. And yeah, that looks beautiful. Man, that looks like, so it's in the Treehouse glass, the Willie Belcher. And I would say that's very reminiscent of a lot of Treehouse beers that I've had. Honey orange, sunshine orange in the glass. At the bottom of the glass, it has more of like a lighter, like sunshine color, like a yellow. And as it goes up, it becomes more and more dark and turns in basically straight on like orange juice. On camera, it's probably gonna look one solid color, and it's gonna look darker because that's how my camera rolls. About a finger of a really creamy, bright white head. Looks fantastic. The appearance of this beer is a 5 out of 5. Let's see what the nose is all about. Ooh, yeah, so I said OJ, right? All day long. It has like a dank orange juice type of aroma. So picture a freshly squeezed glass of orange juice, but like some kind of dank herbaceousness on top of it. And that's what I'm getting. A little bit of like a pineapple, maybe like an under-ripened pineapple, not super sweet. But yeah, there's orange, there's tangerine, a little bit of grapefruit. As I went back in for a third sniff there, more citrus kind of popped to the forefront. And it's not sweet. It's not, I was going to say it's not straight on sweet. It has like a zesty, pithy kind of citrus tone to it as well. It's not, it has elements of the entire fruit as opposed to just the juice. What is that? Yeah, I think it's just coming back to the pineapple, and it's becoming a little bit more sweeter. So we'll just say ripened pineapple. Yeah, a lot of people say caddy. I would say for this beer, it just has like a generic dankness that maybe is leaning a little bit more to the herbaceous side of things. A little bit of earthiness, but this smells phenomenal. Wow, yeah, it smells great. So let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again, Tyler. That's a really nice beer. One more sip. Dare I say, I don't know what order I'm going to post all of these beers from Tyler in. I'm pretty sure at Spotted Cow will be the first. But this is my favorite of the hop forward beers that Tyler sent. I can already tell you right off the bat. Body and mouthfeel are great on this beer. Body on this one's like medium, maybe a touch over medium. Really nice at 8.2%, kind of what I like in my wheelhouse. The mouthfeel, it's soft, it's smooth, it has a little bit of creaminess to it, but it is carbonated. I'd say it's like lightly carbonated. Yeah, like mild to moderate carbonation, but the mouthfeel is really great. The body is awesome as well. So body mouthfeel, superb in this one. The taste, I'll be honest with you, the nose pretty much carried over to almost a T. There's a lot of sweeter, juicier citrus fruits. A lot of OJ. There's tangerine. There's a ruby red, sweeter grapefruit. That all hits at the front of the palate. Mixing in with, 8.2%. Obviously, a lot of malt in here. So you're not tasting the malt, but it's bumping up the sweetness, the perceived sweetness of the juiciness of the fruits. It hits me all at the forefront. Right after that, I was going to say in the nose, it went from under-ripened to ripened, and now in the taste, it's a little bit more of an over-ripened, almost crushed pineapple right after that. A lot of sweet citrus and tropical fruit notes right at the forefront. Middle of the palate, though, that's where that dankness hits. And again, it's not caddy for me. It has this really nice herbaceousness, almost like a basil S type of thing, or maybe like a tomato stock, something, bringing something to the dankness part of this beer that isn't like a caddy or like a kind of an off kind of flavor. I feel like, a lot of people say like caddiness in Simcoe, specifically when they say caddiness, they say like cat pee. I don't really get that all the time, but I see where people are coming from. And this one, I don't get that at all. I get more of just a generic dankness that, again, is leaning a little bit more towards the herbaceous side. This finishes with a mild to moderate bitterness, which is approaching more of a moderate, semi-dry. So all that sweet, juicy fruit is kind of balanced out halfway through the palate with that dankness, and then on the back with that moderate and semi-dry finish. So moderate bitterness. 8.2%, just because of the body and the mouthfeel and the flavors here, I would guess probably 7.5%, 8% if I was doing this as a mystery or whodunit beer or a blind beer review. But like, I am not getting anything on the palate, a little bit of a warming into the chest and the stomach, but very minute and almost not noticeable. I guess drinking enough of these beers, I kind of know the ABV of something like this, but I will tell you that you're not getting any astringency on the palate, at least I'm not. It's not amazing. This is not like blowing my socks off. Or maybe it is, I don't know. A lot of times, I'm one of those people that say, for me personally, that a beer doesn't have to be complex to blow me away or get a real high grade or love the beer. And I think this is a perfect example. I mean, I just love the fucking color of this beer. I think this is a perfect example of one of those beers that has 3 or 4 notes, and they do them extremely well, like really well. So drinkable. Like I said, I felt like in the nose and then right from the palate is going to be too sweet. But man, does it dries out on the back. There's a little bit of that bitterness and that herbaceous dankness, and it kind of just breaks it up, and I want to go back for more, and I do, and it's delicious again. Well, I was really set on one score as I was pouring the rest of the beer in, but I think I'm going to bump it slightly. Why? I don't know. I think this is just an extremely well-made, delicious double IPA featuring Simcoe hops. This is one of the better, just like, I guess, Simcoe forward IPAs or double IPAs I've had in a long while. It does it extremely well. This is my first impression with a Xül beer, and I think they've kind of knocked this one out of the park. So A.D.I.D.A.S, all day I dream about Simcoe from Xül, courtesy of Tyler. I'm going to give that a low 4.5 out of 5. I'm going to 4.4 out of 5. This is definitely, like I said, the best hop forward beer that Tyler sent to me. He sent me the Houston Hazier from Spindle Tap, which I think something was off on that beer. I did not like it. He sent me the double dry hop 1-year anniversary from the 2021 Redux from Southern Grist. That was probably the best hop forward beer that I've had before this one from him. And then Fresh from Civil Society is another one he sent me. I kind of lose track of all the beers people sent because everyone's so nice and it's just so many beers. But this is the best beer of the beers he sent in terms of what I enjoy, and it's fucking delicious. Price and availability, I looked on their Instagram, $20 a 4-pack, kind of a going rate for an 8.2% double IPA, especially one with this kind of quality. Yeah, I'll pay $5 a can for that. I mean, I don't like to, but that's kind of where the market is, so got to do what you got to do. And availability, I have no idea. Tyler, this is where you come in. Obviously, you can get them at the brewery. They get probably some distro in and around the Knoxville area, but I've never seen Xül in my neck of the woods. So, Tyler, if you know their distribution footprint, I would really appreciate it. Not much more to say about this one. It's just, if you've had anything from Xül, not even this beer, but if you've had anything from Xül or you've heard about them, let me know what you think about them, because this is my first beer from him outside of Tyler. Again, reviewing some on his channel. I've never heard of the company before. I've never heard of the brewery. And this is, to me, a great fucking beer. There's not much more to say about it. It's Simcoe done right, and I love it. So thanks again to Tyler for this beer. Thanks to everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.